Come with me down the witch's road. Woo! Oh my God, it is episode 7 and 8 of Agatha All Along. And would you believe it? I'm actually on time for once. Oh my God, what a season this has been. This is the series finale, and they spoiled us with 2 episodes. Because honestly, if we got the first episode as our episode for this week, we'd be pissed. Truly, because it didn't really answer a whole lot, but it answered everything, if that makes any sense. So let's start. We are in our last trials of the Witch's Road, right? It's Billy, Jen, and Agatha. We don't know where Rio is, but we know the bitch is death, okay? So we know there's some tricks up her sleeve. So Jen and Billy are in the hallway of the last trial, right? They're still going through it because Lilia sacrificed herself. I still haven't forgotten because, honey, the loss is still felt. It's still fresh because I literally just rewatched the episode like yesterday. And I'm still not over it. I'm not over it. I want her back. I don't love it. I want her back. We'll get into it. So they're having their back and forth, just reminiscing about Lilia and how she sacrificed herself for all of them. And Rio reemerges outside where Agatha has ran out back to the Witch's Road. And they're in a little holding area. And Rio basically tells her, like, look, Billy's magic is disgusting. She's saying it's an abomination. It goes against everything witches stand for. And she wants him. Basically, she can't kill him, but she wants him. And she wants Agatha to have him surrender himself to her. That's the only way it could happen. And if Agatha does this, basically Rio says she'll leave her alone. Because I guess they're like trauma bonded sisters, right? Like, this is one ex you cannot get rid of, all right? This one's stalking you, bitch. Like, they have to die in order to get out of your life. So Agatha's like, shit. She knows she has to make a decision she does not want to make. And Rio's calling her bluff. She's like, I know you're looking at them and you feel a certain way about them.
And that's not like you.
To which I'm like, what the fuck does she mean by that? Like, you don't know Agatha. But they explain Agatha's troubled past soon enough. Lo and behold, they all get to the last trial. Well, they don't actually, because they reach the end of the Witch's Road, which is right back to the start. It's a fucking circle. That's what the road was. And they're wondering, what is this last trial? Like, how do we get there? Agatha's just like, well, let's just do it again. And he's like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna go right to start, okay? He is playing Monopoly by his own rules, all right? I love it. It's like family-style Monopoly. We don't have all the time in the world, okay? We're taking shortcuts. Oh, if you want to see me and the girls play Monopoly, that's exactly how we play it on my channel. Go check out that video after this one. Anyways, so they're playing Monopoly family style. They don't got all the time in the world. Let's get to this next trial. So Billy decides, fuck this road. I'm gonna put my shoes on. I'm out of here. He's like, put on your shoes. We're gonna find you a home. He goes and he ends up in a morgue. He wakes up in a body bag, which is like number 1 fear of mine. 1, being buried alive, but 2, being in a body bag, inside a morgue, inside a drawer. Fear. Fear, 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 fear. Irrational fears that will never happen to me, Knock on wood or plastic. Wood, there's wood right here. Knock on wood, it's never going to happen to me. I'll put that out there. Yeah, he wakes up in a body bag. Fear of mine. Don't love it. Hate that part. But he wakes up, he gets out of it. And suddenly everyone follows suit. Agatha and Jen, they're in the last trial. They're in a morgue. And apparently it's like an Earth Witch trial, which is technically Rio's specialty, but Rio's deaf, so she's preoccupied. She got called into work. She's not coming back to finish the Witch's Round. She's deaf, so she can waltz in and out of this, apparently. They figure out that they have to surrender, or basically, I don't know exactly what happened. I was paying close attention and I'm still kind of confused by it. Agatha admits that she made a binding spell back in the 20s that's been affecting Jen's powers ever since. Jen's powers have never been truly unlocked because Agatha created a curse that bound her kind of witch's spells, right? So basically Jen does a ritual where she tethers up Agatha's hands, kinky, and recites a chant over and over and over again to break the binding spell. And lo and behold, she unties Agatha after it's all said and done. She collapses and disappears. She's out of the game now. It's like, holy shit. She completed the road. And Billy is confused. He's like, holy shit, what do I have to do? So basically the whole purpose of the road is to basically find your purpose and get your purpose. That's the end of the road. So she knows Billy wants his brother back. He wants Tommy. So they have a back and forth. They are arguing. They are not agreeing. Like I said, family style Monopoly, just like playing with your family. Everyone's got their own rules. Everyone's got their own insights, and no one can agree on anything. But he decides he's going to sit down on the floor and work with Agatha. She basically boxes his ears and is basically just forcing him, find your brother. He's calling the corners. He's searching the world. Where in the world is Tommy Maxinoff, right? He finds a body. He finds a fresh one. It's some kid that's being bullied in the Ozarks or some shit. And he's being drowned by a bunch of bullies. And he's begging Agatha, please, I don't want to kill this person. and the person's died. Like, they've already died. So he transfers his brother's soul into that body. So basically, he's trembling because he thinks he's killed this person in order for his brother to come back. And he vanishes, right? He completes the road. Like, he asked the question, like, did I kill them so that my brother could live? And Agatha, oh, it's so sad. She's like, no, sometimes boys die. Like, basically, he was always going to die. So you're basically just taking over. Basically, you're just taking an empty vessel, which I think is kind of cool, honestly. Like, witches can just take over bodies. Like, they're not using it, so it's still good. I'm gonna use it, okay? Don't mind me, I'm gonna move in. Is it subletting? Do witches sublet bodies? Is that what's happening in this universe? Because I kind of love that. Imagine, like, an Airbnb for bodies in witchcraft world in Marvel. I bet you there's something there. Hire me, Disney. I'm telling you right now. I'll run that Airbnb. Anyways, so Agatha knows she has to complete her trials or she's gonna get locked inside. So she pulls out her locket. She's being very cagey about it, even with us. And like, Agatha, it's just you in the audience now. You can tell us. It's okay. She cries a tear. She takes what looks like a hair or something. It's hard to tell. She plants it in the soil. And from death, she creates life. A flower blossoms at the very last minute, right? It's like, girl, it's the 11th hour. And suddenly a little flower grows from concrete. Poetic. Beautiful Tupac poetry book. She completes the trial. The trial lets her out. She empties out in her backyard. And who's waiting for her but Aubrey Plaza, chewing the scenery, baby. She is gnawing on the roof tiles, okay? She is doing the most, and it is everything. She is in full Green Witch regalia. She's got the crown. She's got the fucking costume. She's Dickensian looking girl. She is ready to kick the shit out of Agatha. And she's going to, like, she slices her Achilles tendon, brutal. And we finally get the payoff where Lilia told her when she calls you a coward, hit the deck. Well, she fucking breaks the sink out of the house to try and kill her. And Agatha ducks just in time. Soon she is tethered to a rose ladder, kinky, with garden weeds. And she's about to get killed. Like, Death's about to kick her ass, right? Who should come from the side, right? Coming from downtown, count it, it's good. Wiccan, or Billy, blasts that bitch with a spirit ball into the house. And basically tells Agatha, look, bitch, don't be greedy. I'm going to give you some of my powers, but you better not take them all right? So he feeds her his powers, and he's starting to, like, wither away, right? You can tell, like, oh, I think she's going to do the same thing she did to Alice. Like, I think, Billy, this might be it. It was nice knowing you, because we all know you can't trust her, okay? She's gonna drink it all right? She's that one person that you say you want to share food with them and they're gonna eat all your food. She's that person, okay? Don't share drinks with her. Okay, she's gonna put backwash in it and you're not gonna want to drink it, and only she'll be able to drink it after that because she doesn't care about her own spit. That's exactly what kind of person Agatha is, okay? She's very Florida. Agatha sucks powers back. She's full. Her batteries are charged. She's ready to start going toe-to-toe with death. And this is the one thing I did not like about this episode, is that this fight was kind of anticlimactic. They kind of just, like, joined the streams, for lack of better words, and that was about it. And it, like, came to a crescendo. Death knocked Billy into a greenhouse. And basically, Agatha decides, you know what, if you can't beat him, con him. So she told Death, she's reneging on her initial renege, and decides to tell her, yeah, Billy agrees to go with her. And she's like, you know what, that's a great idea. Because Billy can only agree to go with her, right? And Billy is, like, looking at her like, wait, you bitch? He expected her to stand up for him, right? And she did. And she's like, you know what? If you're going to do it, it's fine. That works out for me great, too. I have my powers. I'm going to go back to killing people. And then he starts, like, going in. Like, this is where I liked him. It's very much my kind of friendship where it's just like, Agatha, in her mind, right? And he starts pulling at her heartstrings. Like, is this what you did to Nicholas? Her son. He brought up her dead son, girl. It went there. It was like an episode of Jerry Springer. And she's just like, I know you're not doing that low. That is a low blow. You know what? I'm going to walk over here and make out with Aubrey Plaza. And that's exactly what she did. She kissed death. It was the kiss of death. She died. Bitch, she died and turned into a rose garden, an ugly rose garden, but she turned into a rose garden. And I was like, Agatha, I beg your pardon, but you didn't promise us a rose garden. I think it was daffodils, actually. Or maybe azaleas. I'm not exactly sure. It's an ugly flower, though. Not my favorite. I loathe hydrangeas. Episode 2. It's backstory time. And honey, we are in the old maiden times. It's Agatha running through the woods, barefoot and pregnant, right? It's basically, I didn't know I was pregnant. She's trying to find a place to drop this seed, right? She ends up at a tree, leaning against the tree. She's cutting open an orange or a lemon. She's sucking on it like she's got scurvy, right? And she is having this baby. She has a baby. And Aubrey Plaza shows up like, I want that baby. And she's like, please. And she's like, Papa, don't preach, but I'm keeping my baby, okay? She keeps her baby, and we are taking on basically Agatha's backstory as to why everyone hates her. And how should I say this? I get it now. I understand why you guys don't like this bitch. If you looked up trifling in a dictionary, there'd be a picture of Catherine Hahn, okay? Like, she basically is a con artist. She's a grifter with her little grifter son, and they run cons and trick witches into coming into an enclosed space so that she could suck the power out of them. And she does it over and over and over again until eventually they are walking back and forth. And it's very much like A Star is Born, just like sitting in the diner trying to kick back songs together. They are coming up with that stupid Witches Road song that they keep trying to make happen. I'm sitting there this whole episode just like, please don't let this be a continuous thing. It's like the song that never ends. It's like Disney loves their little earworm songs. It's like It's a Small World over and over and over and over again. They are sitting here, they are humming, they are strumming, they are coming up with the words. So eventually, 20 or 5 minutes in, they finally have the lines for the Witches Road. But let me tell you this, I started off hating the song. After it's all said and done, after watching this episode, I kind of love it now for a whole different purpose. I will never listen to it. I'm not going to stream it. If a remix comes out, baby, I am not listening. It's not, it's kind of like that Hunger Games thing where it's like that happened organically. And that Katniss song, which I didn't like either, got remixed by somebody. I don't know, honey. Hopefully it happens for you. You really want to start something with this. I'm not on board this train, but I love that for you, okay? Enjoy that Amtrak trip. I'm not going. The Witches Road song is sung, and it's basically Agatha and her son's collaborative effort. You know, they came together like the Beatles and wrote this song in Abbey Road, right? And that road is the Witches Road. So basically, Agatha and her son, and meanwhile, her son had wrote the song for her, which is going to end up being a really useful tool in her arsenal. But I think he's dying of like dysentery or like the Black Plague or something. Like he's got a cough. Maybe it's the whooping cough, because I feel like that was probably way more lethal back in the old maiden times. Whatever it is, she can't use magic to save him. Like she's explained that away. Like my magic's no good for that. But, you know, she knows she's on borrowed time with him and he eventually perishes, right? And she's burying him and she's singing the song to him. And who should come up but a little wannabe witch just like, look, I'm a teen witch, and I know you can take me to the road. And she's just like, what, bitch? I just buried my... Oh, wait, you know what? I'm kind of hungry. Yeah, I'll take you to the road, girl. But you better get a coven, because I need, like, 3 more of you. So we are in a circle, right? She's got a little coven formed. They sing the ballad, and she does exactly what she did in episode 2, where she starts mocking them and telling, like, I thought I had worthy witches in my sight. So eventually they get under their skin enough, and they shoot their powers at her. Because apparently witches don't like to be insulted. This is like lore. Like, it takes nothing to get under witches' skin. They have the thinnest skin in the world. You could basically say their hair is out of place and they'll zap you with their powers. And you could drain it out of them if you got the gift. But that's exactly what she does. Like, she says they all have ugly hair, their makeup is busted, they're out of season. They all are blasting her throughout the decades. The Witches Road song is bullshit. It's all just one big con she made up. It doesn't exist. Like, it's all nonsense. It's a con that she made up so she could suck out their powers. We're back in Billy's room after this big reveal that Agatha is this piece of shit that just murders witches. And we're hearing Lilia tell him from the tarot card reading from episode 6, which is apparently way more important than we ever thought it would be, right? That basically he is very powerful, and whatever he dreams, he can make it come true. And I paid no attention to this because, again, it sounds like existential bullshit, right? It just sounds like anything a medium would tell you to make you feel good. But, like, apparently it actually resonated some strong meaning. More than we ever thought. Agatha's dead. She comes back to him as a ghost. And she explains to him, like, look, you are not like your mother because, unlike her, you actually use your gifts to make something interesting. The Witch's Road became a thing because he believed in it and made it happen. Like, he created it. Like, it was all his own folly. It's like the Witch's Road is bullshit. It doesn't exist. It's not... He created it. And it, like... Girl, my mind exploded. It's like, y'all did that. Okay, you got me. I don't love that Agatha's a ghost and all the other girls are dead either, but that was sickening. You did that. And Billy is going through a crisis right now because he's realizing, like, oh shit, all these people's blood are on my hands. Like, they didn't have to die. And she's like, look, if it makes you feel any better, I was going to kill them all in episode 2 anyway. It's like, the fact that it worked out, I was surprised too. Like, it all turned out to be a colossal waste of time. Like, he didn't need to go there at all. But he believed he needed to, and that was the insane part. But it's also like, it makes me wonder, Like, as he's going downstairs, the finale of this all is basically he's pissed at Agatha, right? Because he thinks she's a piece of shit, which she is. He's got a talisman that she cannot basically leave until she has. He's calling circles, like he's building a little circle. She's there mocking him, like, what are you doing? And he's basically doing a spell trying to banish her. And if she gets banished, she has to go to the afterlife where her son is. And she basically is about to be banished, right? And says in the 11th hour, like, I can't face him. Like, she doesn't want to see her son. Like, she's not ready for that. And she don't know if she's ever going to be. But they decide, you know what? Turns out we're better together. It's very Fifth Harmony, right? Like, they know they're better together. They join forces. It's Billy and his ghost friend. Fairy ghost mother. It's gonna be a fun pair no matter what. But I kept thinking to myself, like, if he can dream and make anything happen, he could basically go beyond the powers that are established within the witch realm. Couldn't he just create a spell that resurrects the other witches in the coven? Because I feel like if they say whatever he dreams he can concoct and he can make happen, why doesn't he just resurrect the other witches? Like, just create the spell. But again, like, maybe it'll happen for a different time. Or maybe Patti LuPone just doesn't want to come back to the Marvel Universe. Maybe she's had her fill. But I haven't. That's all I'm saying. I want all these witches back. I want Alice. I want Lilia. Basically, he's broken down, right? Because he realized those two died. She's like, look, technically I killed Alice, so that one's on me. And Lilia sacrificed herself, so you can't be feeling bad about that either. Plus, she killed the bad guys that were going to chase after us. So, you know, it's fine. Technically, you saved a life. And we cut to Jen digging her way out of the ground, right? And she has her powers back. Like, she's unbound and she flies away. I'm like, yes, at least Jen survived. That's what I'm saying still. Like, this is my final thoughts now. Loved the season. This was fantastic. I liked it more than WandaVision. It wasn't as heavy as WandaVision got after a certain point, because WandaVision got really dark and really sad. Whereas this was, like, really interesting and, like, a fun, like, dive into the witchcraft world of Marvel. So I loved it. But yeah, it left me with questions like, well, if he's this all-powerful witch and supposedly he's more powerful than his mom is, why not just use your powers and create a spell and bring back the other witches? But it's fabulous. I love the outfit that they put Joe Locke in and everything. It's cute. They're gonna make a fun little duo. Loving Catherine Hahn's, like, super long human hair unit that she's wearing as a ghost. I hope they bring her back in solid form, because this whole see-through thing is not my jive. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what the future holds. I hope you guys enjoyed this season as much as I did. I was really taken aback by how much I enjoyed this. What a fun ride. Anyways, thank you so much to my gamer girls. If you don't know, I have Thrilling Thursdays here on this channel where we play a video game. We're currently playing Resident Evil 4 and Skyrim. You don't want to miss out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you in the live streams. Ooh, powers, witchcraft. It helps you make sound effects.